Good morning, folks. This is Anne-Marie. Just a quick look at the SPY for us today. It's been a while since I've done one of these. You know, mostly I am really focusing for the SPY members on that spreadsheet that helps them trade these levels, but it is about time for me to do a broadline video just on SPY here. So we're going to take a quick look at it. We are looking at Heikin Ashi bars, and these are daily bars. So let's take a look at regular formations. We did get ourselves higher highs over the last couple of days. Things continue to accelerate to the north. There is no slowing whatsoever. We do see that we've got ourselves a new trend line, and let's do that. Let's take these, and if we are drawing maybe here from the baseline bodies, if we do that, we see that this is the relative line that we're looking at, that it's breached. But if we take a look at a new line that starts with maybe these guys right here, we can see that we are pretty much in line for where we are right now. Now, this does appear to me as some sort of topping space because of the hyperextension away from the 50. Take a look at that. We don't really like being that far away from the 50, folks. Take a look through the whole year. The last time we did that, somewhere around this region, which is, you know, probably a smaller percentage. This is probably a smaller percentage because the numbers are so much higher. Nevertheless, we are in a space that seems to me like an expansion zone that ought to collapse in the short order. All right, that's just simply what it looks like. So let's take a look at overall what we are seeing. Now, from January, we had a beautiful move upward. At around May, we had a retracement. This looks like a bat. That's an 88% retracement off of this wave. And then this wave, we have a 50% retrace off of this region. And then this wave is an 88% retrace. Now, the question is, are we going to get another formation that looks like this, or are we going to get a formation that looks like this? It actually really does depend. Let's take a look at where baseline support is. Interestingly, near the weekly pivots. Here the monthly pivots are way down here, 200, incredibly far away from this chart, but we are taking a look at this region right here, frontline support, somewhere around 173. Then we've got this region here, and then this region right around here that really does bring us into the 50. All this congestion right here. So eventually we should retest this area. Not sure when, but we should. The VWAPs also are, this is actually, what is this? This is our weekly VWAP? Monthly. This is the monthly VWAP, excuse me. And so we are really also extremely extended from this VWAP. We don't really like to stay there for long, so I do anticipate some measure of rollover. Not only that, let's take a look at the SMIs. We've got this rotation here. It continues higher, right? And then begins to roll there. We've got the fast SMI again, showing us inevitable rollover, but the slow one still increasing. Here we have a low level on the slow SMI, the fast SMI really telling us what's going on quickly. And then, you know, the same sort of thing certainly on the upside. And now we're here looking at the same sort of formation, right? We are in line for a roll, okay? We are. It's just a matter of time. Don't step in front of this trade. You know, there are a lot of people that I really, really, really like out there as traders and colleagues that step in front of trades. Not my style. Don't like to do it. I do not need to know that I've caught the top or I've caught the bottom. That's not my game. My game is I'm going to wait until everybody else storms the doors, and I'm going to wait for resistance to get broken, and then I'm going to pile in. I have no desire to be at the front. I have no desire to be at the back. I want to be crammed in the middle there, completely unobtrusively, with support all around me, and moving in the same direction as everyone else. I don't care about catching an entire move. I care about catching the most of the move, and that's all that matters to me. It keeps me green almost every single day. All right? And it doesn't matter if it's a little bit green or a lot of green. All I care about is keeping green every day, because if I keep green every day, I'm going to be done whenever I'm done. Okay, so for us, as we look at this, realize that we're sitting at the top of these ranges. Be careful about adding to longs. Markets do not go up forever. They just don't. And so that's just something that we need to focus on. Let's take a look at the regular candlesticks before we go. Whoops, I don't like those. Let's use our 3D candlesticks that we like. See, the Heikin Ashi bars look so much prettier because they tell us exactly what's going on in terms of saying, do I need to be long or do I need to be short? When we are getting to the top of a formation, you're going to see these Heikin Ashis, they'll start to flatten out. We're not seeing that yet, right? So we could still have extension to the north. That's why I'm saying don't get in front of this short. Notice what happens to these Heikin Ashi bars when they begin to roll over. They have a tightening event and then the change of color, right? Ideally, we have that tightening event, the first change of color, and then the acceleration to the upside. This is an ideal Heikin Ashi formation that tells us it's going to turn big candle, little candle, change, and then the acceleration upward. We have not seen this yet. Granted, they are smaller than these, but they are still trending to the north. We need to be careful about stepping in front of shorts. That's all I want to say today. Pay attention to the levels. Realize that if you are looking at something like an hourly chart and you've got your formation sitting up and looking solid, notice that first turn right there. You want to watch those VWAPs and watch the break of frontline support before you get involved. Look at the expansion of this last wave. It is quite phenomenal. Last thing, let's measure this fib. See where we are from this wave. Oops, silly woman. It's not the one I need. There we go. Let's move that up. All right, so we're at the 127.2 and breaching it. Let's see what happens when we roll over there, folks, right? That is a key expansion event. Really a key expansion event. Let's see what the rotation gave us. 61.8. Very small pullback. We can't even use that one. So not a pretty formation overall, but the wave event is telling us that we have the 127.2 extension, and that should be enough to push us into a space where we can turn over. All right. Hey, good luck trading today. Pay attention. Follow your rules. And if you don't have rules, you probably ought to get some. All right. And that's it, folks. I do have an Options Tribe webinar this afternoon, so I'd love for you to join us, and that will be tweeted on Twitter today. So, hey, take care, and I'll see you soon.